What is going on in this market? It is insane. So I want to give you guys a look at how we finished January, but I also want to tell you a little bit more about what we're seeing, and hint, it has to do with what we saw in the crazy housing market in 2021. So stay tuned. Hi, this is Melissa Ballman, and I'm a real estate agent here in the greater Salt Lake City area. So what that means, if you're looking at making a real estate move, I'd love to connect with you. Shoot me a text, send me an email, do what you got to do, but get in touch with me. But first, today, I am going to share my computer screen with you and give you a look at the numbers, the graphs, and hang tight with me. If you're a regular here, then you know what I'm going to show you, but I'm going to add some elements to it today, show you some new graphs, things to look for historically, and also going to tell you about a crazy situation that I came across this week and the buzz of multiple offers. So let's take a look. Okay, guys, so let's take a look and recap what happened in January of 2023. If you're new to my channel, you may not have seen this. If you are always watching me, then this is familiar to you. But for January 2023, this is the entire state of Utah as it's reported to utahrealestate.com. And we sold just over 1,900 units in January, with an average list price of $615,120. We're going to round up or down to the nearest dollar here. And the average sold price was actually $565,727. So that means when a home was listed to what it actually sold for, we were at 92%. And we had 65 days on market on average for January. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see how February plays out. And I'm going to share with you why, and something that I have come across in this week doing comparable market analysis for people looking to sell their house. So make sure you stay tuned to hear that. But if I look back and see, when was the last time we sold 1,900 units in January? Now, January 2022, you can see here 2,700, almost 2,800 units. Same thing, January 21, almost 2,900 units. So, the last couple years have been really an active market, as everybody knows here. But looking back, the last time we saw about 1,900 units sold was back in 2014, 2015. You can see here, January 2014, we had 1,949 units sold. January 2015, we had 2,049. So just a little bit more than what we had in January of 2023. But check out these days on market. We were at 97 days on market, both of those Januaries. So we are still continuing to move inventory faster than we were back in 2014 and 2015 when we saw these numbers. Now, here's what I found interesting when I pulled this graph. Everybody seems to not know what's going to happen in the market, and analysts are all over the place with what their predictions are. And none of us have a crystal ball. None of us know what's going to happen. If we did, we would probably be billionaires. And so just take that with a grain of salt. But I am a numbers person. And so this chart I'm about to show you was kind of telling in the big question that people always ask, which is this a market crash like 2008? Well, let me show you this. Okay, so this is what I kind of wanted to point out to everybody. Like I said, our January 2023 sales were very comparable to what we saw in 2014, 2015 levels. And I want to show you this. If you go back when the market crashed, 2008, 2009, you can see quite a drop off with everything, especially that first quarter of 2009. But with the number of homes sold, it starts creeping up on this dark blue line. And what I want to show you is if our January numbers are similar to 2014 and 15, you can see it's still higher than the last market crash. You can clearly see on this line that it's starting to go back up from the crash. Now, I felt like this was important because, like I was saying, I did a CMA this week for a home in Sandy. And I was really surprised because I have been hearing buzz from agents across the United States that they are seeing multiple offer situations again. And it started about the third week of January. Well, then I started hearing buzz from local agents that they're seeing multiple offer situations on their listings, or that their buyer competed in multiple offer situations, that they've had to do some creative things like we saw in 2020, 2021, with appraisal gaps and escalation clauses and things like that. And I thought that was really interesting. Well, lo and behold, I was doing the CMA this week and I came across a few listings that had multiple offers that were in the agent remarks that they've received multiple offers. Things are moving again very quickly. So I'm kind of interested to see how the February days on market is going to play out, because there were some homes that they just hit the market and went under contract same day. There was a lot of them that were about 5 or 6 days in, and then they went under contract. But then there was also homes that had been sitting for 60, 90, 120 plus days, and they are starting to see contracts coming in on them, like that last week of January, first week of February. So the spring market may be heating up already. And I felt like that was something really important to point out to you guys was, this graph showing that our number of sales in January is similar to what we saw as we were coming out of the last housing market crash a couple years after the last crash. Okay, and then just one more thing I want to show you guys on this market update to kind of support what I was just talking about. If I look at the homes sold, the homes that are actively listed right now in Salt Lake County, we have just under 1,600, which, it is a Friday. Most of our listings are going to hit on Thursdays and Fridays for the weekend. But take a look at this. So 1,597. Well, if we look at what is under contract, we're 1,350. So just barely under, we're kind of just right there with what we have active and what we have under contract. Look at Utah County. We have 1,531 homes under contract right now in Utah County. You can see here. Check out the active. 1,577, almost identical inventory available to what we have under contract. So things are moving. If you have been thinking about selling your home and thinking it's not the right time, yes, you're not going to get what your neighbors got in 2021 and the crazy 30 offers and things like that. That's just not going to happen. But things are moving, homes are selling, the buyers are out there. If you're a buyer looking to get into this market, get in now. Don't wait till spring, because there's going to be even more competition of buyers on the market, and you can see things are starting to move already at the beginning of February. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys a little bit, gives you some clarity on what's going on in the market. I'm really excited to see what happens in February. Now, I work with a lot of buyers, so I definitely don't want to see what we saw in 2021 for the buyers out there, but it is good news. Buyers are adjusting to the new interest rates. Sellers are getting more realistic with what they can get for their homes. And so it's just making a nice market for everybody and kind of a win-win for everybody, hopefully. So if you're looking at making a real estate move, I'd love to connect with you. I am always here to help, but as always, make it a great day.